Mommy's with the maggots now. What a line to include in a film, and with such stellar delivery. Howdy, y'all. I'm DBZ All-Star, also known as Steve. Welcome to all you horror homies for another entry for 2025. Today, I'm going to talk about a recent film released in 2023, Evil Dead Rise, which is a sequel and a revival of not only the 2013 Evil Dead film, but the franchise as a whole. So this was released in April 2023, 2 months later on HBO Max. Yes, I believe it was still HBO Max before becoming Max and then switching back over to HBO Max at the time. This steelbook was exclusive to Walmart earlier this year. I had not picked up this film until this steelbook was released, and I'll get into why shortly. But I want to talk about the film for a little bit. So this film starts off with two friends and a boyfriend out at a lake house. And unfortunately, one of the friends is feeling ill. They are visited upon, and they strike violently and hard at their friend, scalping them. Then the movie shifts to another setting. You encounter this woman who is in a band. She discovers something about herself that really prompts her to visit her sister, who has some 3 young children with her, I believe. And yes. And, well, unfortunately, throughout the course, the Necronomicon is discovered and demons come into play. The mother of these kids is the first to really fall under the influence. She starts acting strangely. She becomes a little violent. She utters the wonderful line that I uttered at the beginning of this video, and people start to die. It's a very unique film within the world of Evil Dead because it's not taking place in medieval times. It's not taking place in a cabin in the woods. This takes place in an apartment building. So the sky's the limit with that setting. Other residents of the apartment building get all involved. Of course, some of them end up dying. And at the end of the day, it becomes about sister versus sister, leading to a bloody climax, and kind of paying homage, whether intentionally or unintentionally, to The Last of Us, as there's a Rat King style situation involved in the climax. From there, you have to discover whether or not the opening sequence took place before or after the main crux of the story. Big fan. The gore is not light. There's a lot of practical effects. The contortion and body horror is something that plays a big role in here. There are really no actors or plot points that really rub me the wrong way. It was just kind of ironic that one of the children's a teenager, and this was released in 2023, which is when Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania released, and it was the second film, at least at that point, in 2 months that a teenage character had been arrested for being at a protest. It was just kind of a funny trope that was chugging along, it seems, in 2023. But other than that, I'm a big fan of this movie. The soundtrack, the score is very reminiscent of earlier Evil Dead entries. This is its own thing. And I kind of like the idea of Evil Dead being an anthology, knowing that there are multiple copies of the Book of the Dead out there that can unleash hell, both figuratively and literally. I'm a big fan so far. I can't wait to see where this goes. Has a brand new director. It's not Sam Raimi. It's not Fede Alvarez. The home media was something I held off on for a little while because the original 4K Blu-ray was bare bones as heck. It was just the movie and I believe the theatrical trailer. There was a Best Buy exclusive steelbook that came out, but Best Buy shortly after did away with carrying physical media. So a new steelbook was released exclusively through Walmart, and this actually contains a documentary called Raising a New Evil Dead and commentary by 3 participants. The special features are also housed on the 4K disc, which is not a usual thing with home media releases for whatever reason. Maybe it's a space thing, I don't know. But just having those encouraged me to spend the $30 on this steelbook. It's got a great design with the possessed mother. Yes, it's still sealed, but I'll get around to it. It's nice to have the option, okay? Anyway, if you're a fan of Evil Dead, if you haven't checked this out yet, if you were a little hesitant to check it out because it doesn't have anyone involved from the previous films, don't sleep on this. This really is a great entry to the franchise, and I can't wait to see more. If you want to see more, please like, subscribe, comment, hit that bell for notifications of future content. I'm also on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Blue Sky, under either #1 Animaniac or Animaniac1. Above all else, thanks for watching. Please stay healthy, stay safe, don't be reading the Book of the Dead, and be well.